Look at my eye. They said from the pressure it went through this week that the skin's probably never going to protract. So I'm going to get them little stickers to pull it up. Hey, listen, Korean makeup, they resolve every problem you ever have. I'm going to give a minute and see if anybody else comes on here. Do I look like somebody that about died 2 days ago? I mean, my hair does. My hair does. Oddly enough, the only bruises I have are from the IV attempts that nobody could seem to get started, and where I fell and my airbags caught the edge of the bed. That's the only bruises I have on my whole entire body, except for the hematomas from all the shots on my butt. That's lovely. If y'all don't have money to buy Easter eggs, and y'all want to have like an adult Easter egg hunt, I've got 20 hematomas on my butt. We can have a party. I wanted to come on here and let y'all know from now on this eye is going to look like this, because where I was so swollen in the head, the doctors, I had 8 pounds of fluid between my shoulders and my head. So I had way more pressure on my brain than is supposed to be humanly possible. I'm hard to kill, apparently. But where this was swollen and stretched for so many days, it's probably never going to be right again. But like I said, them little Korean makeup women, they got them little stickers. We'll just suck that puppy right back up there. It's okay. When I hold a gun, I aim with this eye. I'm cool. Okay, so for anybody that did not understand what happened to me this week, in 6 days of flare, I had mastoiditis. My body went into flare. In 6 days, I put on over 8 pounds of fluid, mostly from here up, and had intracranial pressure. I could not get admitted. The triage center couldn't even start IV. They violated medical law and state law by not transporting me when they couldn't get an IV started after they had determined what was wrong with me. They just sent me home when they couldn't figure it out. Golf clap, guys, because it's all documented. Rare stupidity. I love it. And then the doctor, I take a small muscle med, just like a muscle relaxer after my physical therapy, so that when my muscles start doing this after I work them out, they don't freeze. It won't help a flare. He leaned over and said, I don't know how to help you, but maybe for a few days you just need to take a few more of those. I'm sorry, you don't medically tell somebody to violate medical orders and mismanage medication. I was done at that point. Filed a grievance. Lady called me back and asked me what I wanted, and I said I want him fired so he doesn't try to kill anybody else. I said, you want to know the TCA codes he violated? I said, I'm sure you know the medical laws he violated. I said, I can give you the misdemeanors and felonies. And now they won't return my calls. I bet you he don't work there anymore, though. I'm going to find out. My eye will never be the same. And so it took 6 days for 8 pounds of fluid to build up from here to my head. I had too much on my brain. That's why I couldn't speak straight. I was slurring words. I was acting like a stroke victim, but I wasn't a stroke victim. My doctor cried with me in the room Monday and said, if we can't get you to Knoxville, you're going to die. This is going to turn into meningitis, or it's going to basically crush you from the inside out. 6 days to build up. In the last just under 3 days, I have lost 7.8 pounds of fluid off of me, and it's all come from out of my head. Out of my ears. I've had to change my pillowcases every morning for the last 4 mornings. Do you see any of that I had the other day? You don't, do you? It's all gone now. The only thing is where this eye was so damaged, the nerves are gone. It's never going to hold up again. I'm going to have to get them little stickers and hold that sucker up. Thank God for Korean makeup and women. They fix everything. I'm going to get them little stickers. I can't thank you all enough for the prayers and for the messages, the check-ins. I should not be alive. It's not the first time I've said that. Apparently, I'm very hard to kill. But let me tell you what, it sucks when you're in the middle of it. Also, on top of all the other stress, my daughter gave birth today. I have 2 new beautiful grandbabies in the world, and she had a good delivery, and everybody's healthy and happy and doing well. So I then went comatose and took the best nap I've ever had in about 2 weeks. I'm starting to bruise. Can y'all say I'm starting to bruise? I feel like I went like 10 rounds with Mike Tyson, and he hit me really, really, really hard. Right there. He's a hard motherfucker. That's what I feel like. And I have a great sense of humor about it, but I do understand what I witnessed this week, which was a failure of the medical community. Gatekeepers at medical hospitals that don't have, or medical facilities that don't have medical degrees. They had told my doctor when I called in trying to get Rocephin for the weekend that I had mastitis. Now, do I look like a Guernsey, an Irishshire, Brown Swiss, a Jersey cow to you? Do I look like I'm lactating at all because I had a hysterectomy at 30? He said if they had come to him, if he'd even heard my name, he would immediately call me. They did not. He brought the nurses in to apologize to me, and I said, I don't want your apologies. You almost killed me. F off. I know who you're married to, why you didn't get to wear your wedding dress, where your kids are kept, your gynecologist's name. I said, because you talk about stupid crap instead of your patients. I said, I know that you lease a $4,000 pocketbook so you can get a new one every 2 years. But y'all don't know crap about me. I said, I sit there and shut up and listen. I said, have y'all ever tried that? Might help a whole lot. I said, if I call you, it's because I have 2 massive things wrong with me that can kill me. I get mastoiditis that can turn into meningitis. And I said, I have a neuromuscular disorder that when it sends the wrong nerve impulses, it normally shuts my pancreas down. I said, I don't expect much, but I expect professionalism. And I said, I don't want to ever be apologized to because it means you failed me. And your job is too important to fail people. Do better. My doctor was trying to call in medication that would release the tension on my brain. And even though I have the most rare and painful disorder, I kind of raw dog it. Y'all know I'm allergic to everything. I don't like to take a lot of medicine. I'm type A. I like control in my world. But I was so sick and nobody would hospitalize me. We don't have a local hospital, and the triage center they just told me to go home, even after they couldn't get an IV started after 4 attempts. I got you. So he tried to call in medicine that would help release the tension in my brain. Pharmacy refused to fill it. I don't think she needs that. Well, who the heck are you? You're not my doctor. Are you Jesus? You don't look like Jesus. You certainly are acting like him. So I basically did this completely and utterly on my own and felt every second of it. That's why my eye's not working. I'm now Dreepy Dog. Am I mad? Mm-hmm. Did I expect it? Mm-hmm. Because humans have no empathy, sympathy, or compassion anymore. Heck, we can't even go on the internet and talk to each other without being dipshits. So why would we care about medically saving a life if we don't even think they're real and we treat them like crap? So, if I learned anything this week, I learned I'm really hard to kill. But if y'all learned anything this week, I hope it's not to rely on anyone but yourself and those that you know have your back. Because the world is foobarred. The medical community is crumbling. Our society is gone the way of Julius Caesar. Probably more like the Phoenicians, because they sacrificed their own children until they depleted their own population and then could be ran over by other people conquering. So, tomato. Could not talk Sunday morning, Saturday, and Sunday. Now, I can tell y'all that you remember that pheasant that I had in the freezer, and I had a pheasant plucking day, and I plucked that pheasant. No pheasant has ever been plucked before. That was the best pheasant plucking I've ever done in my life. Medically, how did I survive what I survived this week, and how did it occur in that time frame? And why did every medical professional fail me or turn me away? And I'm just asking these questions because it may be questions you have to ask yourself one day. Braden, yeah. I honestly think trial centers are just data collection points at this time and this quarter of the game. I feel like somebody took the world's tightest hat off my head, and I finally got relief, but I'm bruised. That one time I come off that horse and he kicked me and I landed and had like a scab from here to here, and that's the only time I've had bruising in my brain. I had a small concussion, but he was a tiny one. Don't worry about it. I hated that horse. Anyway, this is about 100 times worse than that. But in less than 3 days, and primarily in the last 48 hours, I've had 8 pounds of fluid come off of me. So it took 6 days to come off, 3 days to come. 6 days to come on, 3 days to go off. Do you see my eye? It's not right. It's because the pressure almost screwed up this eye. So then I've got nerve damage here now. Thank you. That's what I needed, more nerve damage. This is caused by incompetence in our medical professions. This is incompetence. Because I told them I was going into a massive flare and it was going to F me up. And I told them, I'm like an MS patient. When I get here, you have to shut my brain down and let it start back slowly. You have to knock me out. I need to be physically turned off and turned back on. They couldn't even get an IV started and said, oh, well, you just need to go home. Misuse the medication, your muscle relaxers. Just misuse those for a few days. Go away. I knew then that man was not a good doctor. And not only was that, he was criminogenic behavior and did not care. So when I got home, I phoned back and I said, hey, I made it home. And before y'all kill somebody else, because I'm probably going to die from this, y'all might want to Google fingers reflex sympathetic dystrophy so you don't kill anybody else. Y'all have a nice blanking day. Hung up. And then I called and filed a grievance. And I sent the video that I posted to the world to the UT Center Business Center that owns this place. And I said, I want that man fired. So as soon as that happened, I get a letter that they're going to try to take my insurance away. At this point, I'm just laughing. How many times are we going to play this song? It's getting old. We need to at least pick another key, another chord, another verse. Make it a little bit more interesting because I'm tired of this game. I've still got herky-jerky twitches in my eyes, but it's where I'm bruised internally. But I feel much better. I'm healing. My body wants to sleep. I'm in hibernate and heal mode now. It's normal after a massive flare. I haven't had a flare that bad in years. Normally I have them and it's that spread over 5 days. This one hit Kachunga and took me down. I laid on the floor for 15 minutes. I rolled to my belly because I realized the pressure on my head hurt less when I was on my belly, and I stopped shaking as much. I laid on my belly on my wood floor. Thank God that I had a big coat rack and my summer clothes soft box there, because when I stood up and I realized I couldn't feel the floor, I realized I was falling. I was like, pitch your fat butt to the soft stuff, because there's a bookcase in the edge of the bed. I still bruised myself on the edge of the bed, but my head missed the bookcase by literally that much. And I laid on the floor. David said, I said on the video 15 minutes, but David said I was there for probably more about 30. I don't remember a lot of it. I was just trying to stop convulsing. That's all I was trying to do. So it seems like everybody across the whole U.S. has kind of banded together to help get me information. I found out about a new foundation and organization that tries to help people that are struggling like me, because there's no research or anything that's trying to help people like me. I sent that, forwarded to my nurse. I'm thankful to have that. Thank you very much. The prayers, the well wishes, the emails. I bounce back. I'm just, y'all, my makeup looks are not going to be as pretty now because I'm going to have to get them little stickers. I don't know what I'm going to do now. Yeah, I'm a retired parole officer, but here's the thing. I can't find an attorney with a set big enough to take them on. So if y'all know of an attorney with a set big enough to take them on, let me know, because what they do in rural areas is they take all the attorneys and they turn them into public defenders so that they may not take private cases. And so they pitch you out where you have to go 3 hours from home to find an attorney. And then you get the people that are doing the big federal stuff and they don't want to be bothered by little dipshits like me, you know. So I'm having a hard time. And I know, like, I've spoken with representatives, I've spoken with past district attorneys, current states, prosecuting attorneys, trying to get a liaison to someone that would be willing to take this on. Nobody wants to. Nobody wants to. Who's them? Oh, the hospital that about killed me. The triage center that tried 4 times to get an IV, couldn't get an IV started, and by law they have to then transport me to another hospital or another facility because they've deemed I need treatment, but they can't administer it. Instead of that, they just told me to, you know, those muscle relaxers you have at home, just take 4 times as many for a few days and she'll be good. And by law, medically, they can't do that. That was medical malpractice and a whole bunch of other crap. Like, I've got the TCA codes that he violated written down, but the medical crap and his oath, he blew out the water. I filed a grievance. They are investigating. I hope he's fired. I hope he cries the whole way home. And I hope he sees my face every day and my little droopy eye that he's caused. It will never be right again. The nerves are gone. They're gone. I'm going to have to get stickers. So, but I spoke with a social worker. I had a 3-hour appointment with a social worker today who confirmed a lot of things that I know is going on. And I'm being sent now to the oversight committee for the state of Tennessee because there's some janky stuff they've got to look into that's been occurring in some of my files medically. Plain ball. It's okay, Mary. This is just the other side of my life medically that I've dealt with for a while. Look, I'm still so. When I get them little stickers, I'll put them on both of them, and I'll just have 2 prettier eyes because I've got hooded eyes anyway. But now that this one's damaged, look at that! All that extra skin. Look at that! This is what 8 pounds of fluid on your head and your swelling on the left side of your body will do to you. Look at that. What do I think helps me? I poured black castor oil all over my head and lymphatic system for 4 nights, and then my body purged water like a faucet. Castor oil is a great go-to. Now, I'm not a doctor, obviously. I've met some sorry ones this week, but I ain't one of them. You guys need to go talk to your own, but it worked for me. I'm just saying, quite possibly. I boosted my vitamin C, boosted my magnesium, boosted my potassium, made sure I had electrolytes, and used black castor oil to pull this crap out of my head and ears. And my nurse laughed and said the oddest thing was where I had the mastoiditis and the RST found the weak spot and attacked and swelled too. It kind of acted like airbags that push the fluid out of the mastoids. She said, so it was bad, but it was good. She said, so you have nothing in your mastoids anymore, but you had to go through basically brain trauma to get it out. But it took 6 days to build up 8 pounds of fluid and 3 days for it to leave, and most of it in less than 48 hours, less than 30 hours, actually. Most of it came off less than 30 hours. I'm still not well. I've got a whole pile of Temu over here. I need to find out which one's my craft pile when Mom's here in the morning because my mother's babysitting me. Because my 71-year-old mother functions way better than I do right now. Oh, I have new magic shoes. You know, those things that clip onto your arms with the handles that you walk and you look like a at from is it AT-AT or an AT-AT from Star Wars? So now I literally can sound like a galloping horse when I walk down the hallway. It's great. On the house front, the water leak did so much damage in the bathroom that it's got to be replaced. But luckily, the construction guy's like, I'm going to go ahead and do a handicap remodel. We have $1,000 mother freaking deductible. But, you know, I didn't die, and God seems to like me, so I'm sure something... I'll find a golden egg or something. At this point, I'm just laughing at it because I've about died 6 or 7 times now with this disorder and my pancreas. I made peace with death a long time ago. I'm good, neither side I'm on. I'm not looking forward to having to hippo float across the Jordan, but I'll get there. But I'm fine. I made peace with it a long time ago. And so I have a little bit of gallows humor because I'm not scared to death. I've been so close several times. It feels like I packed to go to a vacation I really want to go back to. I've been that close. So it doesn't scare me at all anymore. It doesn't scare me at all anymore. I wish my eye didn't look so bad. I've been headbutted by bulls and didn't have this crap happen. And now I get swelling and a stupid doctor caused me to have a lazy eye. Take my strong eye. Oh, thank God I have a sense of humor. I'd say I've still got 5 days of not feeling very good, but I think maybe this week, what is today, Wednesday? Is it Wednesday? It's the last 2 weeks are a blur. I've tried to respond to emails as I've had coherent streaks, but if I've missed you, I'm sorry. And if I've not seen your message and hearted it or said thank you, I apologize. I've tried. It's hard to do. I thought my nose was going to bleed. It's not. It's just water. Sorry. It's hard to. Sorry. I've got so much fluid in me. It's hard to do anything as sick as I was. And David, he was so exhausted and emotionally fatigued that he's now sick with a bad sinus infection. He sounded better this morning, but I feel worse for him than I do for me because I'm used to this crap. He's not used to experiencing it in such a short time frame, but I'm used to it. It just normally takes more days for it to hit me, but it kind of done its due on David this time. He emotionally it waylaid him. He's not good right now. He's sick. His teledoc appointment was less than half the cost of a normal doctor's appointment. The teledoc appointment and all the meds they gave him for the sinus crap was less than half of what a normal copay to see his doctor was, then plus all the medicines he would have paid for afterwards. So he's going to be using he's like, I don't trust doctors anyway, but he's like, I got a lot better treatment by somebody that I didn't know than somebody local. So he is perking up because they gave him drainage stuff to make it come out, but he just, it was too much on his system and he just got sick. I feel bad because I caused it. Hey, Igor. Sounds like you like to type a lot. Fuck off. So all I'm saying is this is what happens. You need to know your medical professionals. Understand the new limitations that are being placed on them. Have long talks with them. And educate yourself about homeopathic. I'm still very sick. Yeah. I'm still very sick. Yeah. And it's going to take my body probably at least 5 more days to get to a functional point. Because I've got so much bruising. I feel like I've gone like a whole freaking boxing match with Mike Tyson. I really do. Yeah, I've been doing black castor oil and castor oil packs, and that's what's been pulling the most of it out for me. Because it's just RSD swelling fluid. The mastoids are now clear. It is my nerves are damaged here from the swelling, so that my eyes bother me. But now it's just where all the fluid has come off. I'm just bruised, and so I'm still using castor oil to like pull the soreness and the heat and everything out. So I'm using castor oil packs and not. But I'm out of the danger zone for the moment, unless the fluid starts to build again. And my nurses are keeping a close eye on me, but they're appalled at what happened this week as well with the higher up doctors. I had mastoiditis, but I have reflex sympathetic dystrophy. So when my mastoid swelled, my RSD said, a weakness, and attacked and swelled. And I had 8 pounds of water build up in shoulders to brain in 6 days. And in 3 days, but really in about 30 hours, I shed 8 pounds. And I feel like somebody's took off the world's tightest hat. And it's like, I couldn't speak clearly when I was at the hospital, when I was at the triage center, and during the video. And now I can speak. And it was just pressure on the brain. My doctor couldn't get me admitted anywhere. We don't have a local hospital. The triage center failed me. I was looking at driving 3 to 4 hours to try to get in at a better place, but there was no guarantee. And that would have been 7 hours on my body traveling, and David, and he's, bless his heart, exhausted now. And I just kind of laid down and said, I'm just going to see what happens, because I didn't think I was going to get the people that own this triage center would be the only place I could have gone 3 hours away. And if they wouldn't take me here, they probably wouldn't do it there. So I said, I'm just, me and Jesus are going to handle this. And I got through it. I do have nerve damage. They are investigating the doctor and the malpractice that we witnessed. And the state oversight committee is investigating all of this as well. So if you've learned anything this week, it's that eyes are more important than you think. And that, yeah, it's used to be that you could trust professionals to do the job. You can't anymore. So be very careful. Seek appropriate medical advice from appropriate medical professionals that you feel are appropriately trustworthy. And research and recon the professionals in your area to know who you think you can rely on in a pinch. Sadly, I live in Podunk, and we don't even have a hospital. And the triage center they tried 4 times to get an IV started, couldn't. And by law, they're supposed to then transport me to another facility. They just sent me home. I was like Linda Blair, vomiting all over their room. In full flare, shaking like a person having a seizure. And they couldn't get a IV started, and just sent me home. No surgery. Bless their heart. You tell them, I understand the frustration, and it's pathetic. So I'm a living example of what stupid people will do to you. Uh-oh. Okay, so I've got some droppage. They said I may have some Bell's palsy going on too. We'll see. So both of them still go up when I try, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. But I feel much better, but I'm in hibernate and heal mode. I literally have like 8 bags of Timu, but most of it's the flowers that I was going to put out at the cemetery for Granny and Papa and make everything. I'll deal with that when I feel like it. I do need to find my craft one and do that when Mom's here tomorrow. If I feel like it, it won't be the most jovial video, but I'll get it done. I did receive a card from a great person that sent me one of these. That was a nice smile and giggle when I felt better to open that. So thank you, Gypsy. I appreciate that. And I'm still kicking. I'm going to look different now. I've got nerve damage over here. I don't think it's Bell's palsy. I think it's just my eye mostly. I'm still swollen a little bit. But oddly enough, now I'm 2 pounds lighter than I was 2 weeks ago. So apparently I've lost weight. Oh, of course I have. I couldn't eat, couldn't chew. But I'm still swollen, so I probably have lost more weight than I think. So when I get to where I don't have much fluid on me, we'll do another Monjaro check-in because, sorry, near-death experience this week. I think my fluid levels are a little off. So, Ashley, I appreciate that, but you don't have to do that. But it's been a rough couple of weeks. I started to get sick. I started to have bad headaches before Sabrina left. And she was gone for 2 days, and then I had the first tinge of pain in my ear, and I called my nurse that night, and she's like, we got to get a Row-7 shot. Well, the stupid girls at the reception desk would not, they kept sending me to the nurse line to leave a message, but they never returned your messages, and I was trying to speak to a nurse, and they said, just tell us what's going on. I said, my ear's hurting, my mastoiditis is back. Tell the doctor I need an order for Row-7 so my at-home nurse can bring it, because we got to catch this. I can't do mastoiditis again. It took me like 8 months to heal from it last time. It took 4 days to get a Row-7 shot. You want to know why? Because the little idiots that work at the reception counter, and if you're watching this, you're retarded. Look it up in the dictionary. It should have a picture of you there. They told everybody, oh, it's just mastitis. She'll need to come in for that. Do I look like a dairy cow that's lactating? My nose is still really swollen. I really feel like I got trampled by a herd of cattle, to be honest, but I really feel like I've been in a boxing match. So as soon as my doctor got wind that I'd been calling, he was like, holy crap. And my at-home nurse had been calling, and they were gatekeeping her too. So we finally got the Row-7 shot, and I had gone to the triage center, and they had given me IV Row-7. One good doctor, Dr. Holland, was a very good doctor. Dr. Holland, if you ever see this, thank you. He knew about my disorder and was like, we got to get this stopped. Gave me IV Row-7. I stayed there for like 4 hours, did a CT, confirmed mastoiditis. He said, there's your ammunition, go get treated. I said, thank you. Nobody would treat me. My doctor was freaking out because he's like, I don't have a hospital to admit you to, and I can't make anybody else admit you, and I can't even get the pharmacy to fill a medication to help the tension in your head. And he sat in the room and cried with me, and he said, I'm afraid this is the one, Elizabeth, that's going to get you. One will eventually get me. It's going to get us all. Ain't nobody getting out of this sucker alive. But somehow I'm still here. And I'm being very vocal about what happened to me, what I experienced, because if they're doing it, somebody is loud, someone that's retired law enforcement that knows the laws and can advocate very loudly for herself. What are they doing to the seniors or the little people that don't have my education in my mouth? I hate to think about that. So if I have to stand up and be an example, I'll be a big one. So I'm now in a very precarious position because no one wants to treat me, because everybody's in trouble because they failed me last week. My doctor has had his hands tied, and I've had to request the state investigate this. And they immediately, just upon the medical records I had here at my home, started the investigation immediately. They sent a social worker to my home to get the information so they could start it. That's how I was a priority. So I'm hoping I get some answers. I only know like 3 other people in the state with this. There's Vanderbilt has 3 doctors that treat it, but they all suck. All they want to do is hook you up with needles and electrocute you and tell you your nerves are bad. I could tell you my nerves are bad. Look at my eye. So it's just right now it's going to be weeding out the sorry doctors to find someone that can do a better job. My doctor, bless his heart, is good. He's just a good old doctor. But he looked at me and he said, they've tied my hands and I don't understand. Now, do I take anything that the state should be scared of? No. I'm allergic to everything. Which is why it's so important to get certain antibiotics in me quickly, because I'm allergic to everything. Anything that could have helped me, I'm allergic to. So, I don't understand. Well, I do understand the treatment and I don't. And if you've been with me for a while on this channel, you know what I'm talking about. So, but I'm okay. I'm still kicking. Today's been my best day. And as soon as I heard that my daughter was done, the babies were there, everybody was healthy, I literally went comatose for like 3 hours and slept the best sleep I've had in 2 weeks. Ate a piece of cheese, and I'm fixing to get me an apple and some yogurt. And I'm going to go do that again. And I'm probably going to sleep all day tomorrow. Mom's going to come up tomorrow and help me cook and get some meals stacked for David. Because I'm on those magic walking arms that make it so much more difficult to walk. And I'm getting blisters from the handles on them. So my gym gloves that were going to be my gym gloves are now my walking handle gloves. That's the only thing they gave me to help, was those arm brace half crutches that clamp onto your hands so that I could stabilize my fluid-filled brain as I went to get no treatment whatsoever. That's all I got was walking aids that are hurting me, leaving big blisters on my hand. So I had to start wearing those gloves that I got for the gym. I'm never going to get to the gym, y'all. Let's just have a realization moment here. Never going to get to the gym. Every time I say I'm going to get to the gym, I about die. So I'm going to turn my home into the gym. I've already bought tensions and bands and those tension strings, and I've got a few weights that I've had for a long time. I had a nerve pain right then. Ow. And I ordered that punching thing because I got a 40% off coupon 2 weeks ago on Temu, and I'd been looking at that punching game, and it would help my stability and coordination and tone up my arms, so I got it. And it was expensive, but I got it for like half price, so it was okay. And it isn't in yet, but of course I couldn't be able to use it right now anyway. But when I get better, I'm going to use that. I'm just going to do stuff at home. I don't want to have an attack like that on somebody else's private property or gym and put them in a very terrible state of mind, thinking, "Oh God, she's going to sue me." No, dude, it's just my body. But I do expect when I go to triage centers and they see me convulsing with an eye down, swollen, mastoiditis that's not responding to antibiotics, and they say, "Oh God, we've got to get IVs in her and give her Levaquin," name off 4 or 5 things, but when they try 4 times and can't get the IVs in and just bruise me to heck and back. I don't know if you can see. Somehow I got a bruise right here. I don't know what that sucker's from, but I'm eat up where they poked me. And then they said we can't start an IV, and all of a sudden I went from not an emergency to just go home. And I know medical law because I did medical transcription and nuclear med transcription for years, so I knew that was a violation. And I knew from my time as being a parole officer and sitting in courts that also violated a lot of annotated code for the Tennessee state law that is passed for physicians and medical issues. So I think sometimes I just have enough knowledge that I'm a threat to them. And then sometimes I think that they like to poke the bear because I have that knowledge. I don't know which it is, but I'm just trying to live as simple a life as possible, as long as possible, to see what my grandbabies turn out to be, and to rock on the rocking chair on the front porch and listen to the frog in the spring. I ain't no freaking Braveheart. But anybody has a link for those little Korean eye stickers, please send them to me. I need them. But I wanted to get on here and know since I'm alive. I'm tired. I'm going back to bed. I'm healing. Being watched by my nurse very closely. Bless her heart. She's going above and beyond and not getting paid for half of it. And the state's already been here today for like 2.5, 3 hours to start the investigation. So we'll see where this goes, but keep praying. Don't worry about the trolls. The heart of man will sort itself out. When they get roasted like peanuts one day, they'll figure out that when they made fun of this little bumpkin that was telling them life's getting real, they'll really say, listen to me. So thank you for joining in, Braden. But I really appreciate all the prayers, the messages, everything. And just keep them rolling because I'm about halfway through this. So, and I'm ordering eye stickers because I can't look at this. And Mom's spending a lot of time with me, and I'm going to go down to the farm when they have to tear the bathroom and house apart to fix that. I'm going to go down and stay with them. And to the guy that sent me the little machine, I honestly think he may be the only reason I'm alive. So thank you. You know who you are. I appreciate you guys. So everybody, I'm going to bed. I just want to let you know I'm alive. I had a rare moment of a few minutes of spunkiness. And I swear when I'm smiling, I can smile bilaterally. I'm still puffy over here, so it's just easier to do a crooked smile right now. But this eye's foobarred. So we're going to name it something. It needs a droopy dog or something. But give me 4 or 5 more days. I will try to do the craft thing that I'm obligated to do really quickly for Temu. It won't be my best work. And then when I feel better, we'll start digging into this other crap because I've got some good stuff to share. Mom's ordered, and she was like writing down a list of stuff the other day when she was here of stuff she wanted. So, and we'll do all that when I get to feeling better. But I'm doing a lot of lymphatic massage, and I'm just sore and bruised. So give me a few more days and I'll be back. But keep praying. And go to the Odyssey platform and go to the Synergy channel. And thanks, Sabrina, because I can't tell you how many people I had praying over me this week, which is probably the only reason I'm alive. So thank you. I'm indebted to you, and I appreciate it. But if y'all know if anything ever happens to me, I'm good. Either way. I'm not opposed to going trail riding in glory, especially after the last few years on this earth. I'm just too stubborn to give up real easy. So y'all just keep thinking about me and Dave, and give us about a week, and we'll be back. Oh, I love you guys too. Y'all are my family, and I have felt all the love and the energy poured toward me, and it's really what got me through it. So thank y'all so much. I'm going to go eat some more fruit and cheese and yogurt and lay down and rest because that's what I'm at. Denise, I'm still kicking, honey. Ain't we the 2 hardest people in the world to kill? I need a trophy. God is good. God is good. And if people can look at me and think after what I've been through this week, anything saved me but God, well, you need to have a talk with yourself. Medically, I should have died 3 times over. I shouldn't be able to speak to you from the fluid I had on my brain. I should be rendered ineffective. But I'm not. So, well, and I try to, when I get a good message, I try to send back a prayer for y'all. So I appreciate y'all. This is what society needs, is more support, more love, and more talking about that personal relationship with the man above. The thing that helped me the most this week, JJ Lawhorn, JJ, you and Kelsey and Junebug and Little Bit, that new song you put out, I played it over and over and over again. And thank you. And when I get time, I'll send you a message to thank you personally and appropriately. But if you have not listened to JJ Lawhorn's new song, He's Everywhere, go listen to it right now. I've known him for a few years now. He is the sweetest guy. He shouted out my daughter when she graduated from UT. I've made his baby's baby blanket. He's just a really good man. And he felt led to do a gospel inclined album. And his music this week has been what has calmed me and kept me in a good energy place. It kept me in prayer when I was able to have a clear thought. And I'm not scared to die. I have no fear of death. I think it's, other than being born, it's the second most natural thing you do in life. I just don't think I'm done with the work I'm supposed to be doing here. But they sure are making it hard lately. But it's okay. Apparently I'm a tough nut to crack. So, yeah, he did a great job. Go support him. He's a great guy. So, find your happiness in something that's grounded in positivity and link up with good people. Let stupid shine. Let the trolls trot on through. Listen, guys, I'm a nice person, but I got a mouth. Shit trickles downstream. Climb the hill. Head for the top. Keep your eye on God. Go for glory. And you won't have to wade through the minutia, okay? So, this week I met some really bad people. That's okay. My whole career in life and training was about felonious behavior and accountability. Consequences rarely come lubricated. So, for everybody that mismanaged me this week, you're going to want to cross stitch that and put it in your house somewhere. I'll let you know how the investigation goes, but give me 4 or 5 more days. And I'll try to do my Timu obligation for the craft hall, and then we'll wait till I feel better. We can enjoy the other stuff. So I'm going back to bed. I have 2 brand new grandbabies, a little boy, a little girl. My daughter's good. Everybody's healthy, happy. And I'm healing. And anything that doesn't want to be positive in my life has been booted out in the name of God. I'm going to go take another awesome nap. Please pray for my amazing husband who has worn himself to the bone taking care of me. And I'll be back when I feel better. I've got community post up. If you need to leave anything, it will notify me. Just go to the last community post. If you want to share my attack, I don't care. Share it. I think everybody in the world should witness this and know what I went through this week. So, the more people you talk to, the more options and opportunities you have. So share it and get it out there. Oh, thank you, Mary. There, I'm waiting on another update, but I'm just glad we're all healthy and here, and I slept so good. It's hard to have children yourself, but when your children have children, it's a whole nother level of nerves. But I'm good now, so I'm gonna go take another nap. So thanks for all the love and the prayers, though. It meant a lot, and I'm gonna now try to clomp with my metal walking poles back to the bedroom. And Mom's watching me in the morning and helping me cook. And then I'm just going to rest. And then I may go stay with them over the weekend. I don't know. Because they have the rife machine there. Yeah, y'all need to look that up. RIFE. So that may be where I am all weekend. Because now I'm at a place where I need to use it to get better. So y'all have a good couple of days, and I'll be back when I can. Mary, if you get your package, go on with it, and when I get able, I'll go on with mine. And I hope I made you giggle and made you feel appreciated. That was what I was going for, and a little bit of blushing, just a little bit of blushing. But I'll be back in a few days when I feel better. But I tried to do community post update if something big happens. I'm healing. I'm good. I just need 4 or 5 more days because the 8 pounds of fluid that came off my brain, the inner cranium, I'm bruised internally, and I need, like my shiners, I need a lot of sleep. I need to heal, so give me a few more days. But I'm walking, which is amazing. I have nerve damage, which will never, it's okay. I'll buy them stickers. But I'm walking, I'm talking. I didn't have a stroke or seizure, and I should be dead. So, I mean, hey, apparently had a bad week, but it ended in a good way. I'm good. And even if I'm not on this earth, probably I'm even better. So don't worry about me no matter what happens. But I appreciate you, and just be aware. My life is like a cautionary tale. Take the information and use it as you see fit. And give me a few days to get my brain not hurting from all the pressure that came off of it. It's bruised. And I'll be back. And thank God for my nurse. The only person that has absolutely gone above and beyond. Don't know what to do without her. So I may end up in Knoxville or Nashville for medical care because of this, but I'll let you know how that progresses with the investigation. So just take care of yourselves and talk amongst yourselves, build good relationships, share information, watch the world. We've had cell phone outages in my area tonight. Literally, if my cell phone goes dead, I'll just sleep. I mean, I live most of my life without one, so who cares? Prefer to listen to the frogs anyway. So, but just be aware that people are trying to use your emotions against you, and some people are not what they tend to be. And I've got more fluid coming out of my ear as I speak to you, but I'm healing, and I'll be better in a few days. So I'm going to shut up now and go back to bed because I've expended all my energy. I love you guys, and to the trolls, thank you for making my analytics reach more people to tell them about what's going on in this world. You guys rock. To my subs, I love you guys. I'll see you in a few days. Boy, I can push a button. Woo, coordination.